Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Paul here again, and yes, it's time for another video. Welcome to my workshop where I do design, build electrical skateboards and review all kind of techie stuff. I guess it's interesting. So this video today is going to be a continuation of my cheap and good. This is pretty much video series where I do buy stuff for myself, where I use it for my boards or around the workshop, and when I think they're actually good, I make a video. And if you're going to tell me that you never had this situation, I will not believe you. So in the front of you is the tool I'm talking about, a soldering iron. Quite a simple thing, but something you will need if you're trying to connect cable to a cable, making sure it will not fall apart. That's what the soldering is all about. But around electrical skateboards you will meet something from 10 gauge, 12 gauge cables, which are thick like these ones here, XT90 connectors, XT60 connectors, and at the same time you will meet cables like these, really thin and fragile cables. What I have in my arsenal? I am using a gas powered or gas filled torch kind of soldering iron, and I love it. This is my favorite one for when I am working on the straight connectors, them golden straight banana connectors. Take a look at my channel, guys. I'm reviewing the tool I'm using for it and also this little torch. It's better than using a soldering iron. So that's one that is good and I got no complaints about. But then you get normal plug-in soldering irons. So my beef with them is you need minimum of 3, in my opinion, soldering irons to do different jobs when you solder, because they're all different power. You get the 30 watt, the 40 watt, and you get the 60 watt soldering iron for something as big as the XT90, for instance. I also hate the stupid stand that comes with them. This thing is absolutely ridiculous. You put a soldering iron on it, you're carrying away, you're working on your board, and the stupid thing falls over. Another thing I hate about these cheaper soldering irons is the cable. I understand it needs to be thick because there's a lot of current going through them because they're hitting up a simple coil. But they are so hard. They don't have any flex at all. So when you're working on it, for starters it's short. Second of all, it's trying to pull the stuff around and the holder falls over eventually. And also, you have no temperature control on these soldering irons. So you plug it in, whatever temperature is on that tip, I don't even know. It just gets really hot and it stays hot. So speaking to my subscribers and my friends on Facebook, I have realized, or they actually let me know, that sometimes the videos that I think are not really good or too simple to upload actually are popular. Sometimes I forget that I don't want to blow smoke up my own ass, but sometimes I forget that I have a bit more experience than some people out there, and things that are simple to me or other DIY builders out there might be really important and very valuable for people who just started. This in the box here is soldering thermal control anti-static station. This beauty over there is £59 delivered. If you are in UK, 24 hours. That came in next day. Absolutely awesome. I bought it on eBay, but I'm sure these are available on the rest of the websites you prefer, Amazon and whatever not. So let's take a look in more detail. This one here is 939D series, 230 volt, fair enough. It's obviously made in China, there's nothing secret about it. And in the box, a manual, fair enough, certificate of quality, okay, that's quite nice. Control unit, second part of it, which is the stand where you're going to rest your soldering iron into with some soldering iron cleaning, how would you call that, brush cleaner? Well, it's pretty much shavings, brush shavings, where you rub the nose of the soldering iron to keep it clean. That's nice. So they do include some tweezers. Nice touch. You get another replacement heating element, which is good. And I believe this one is actually made in Japan. This was in the description, which I really like, that this part is Japanese made, because that is one of the most important parts, guys. The actual element that makes your soldering iron hot. That is nice. You also do get a whole range of soldering iron tips. So depending on how much power you will be using on your controller, you will be using different tips. So the thinner cable, or the smaller components you're working with, you will use something really thin, like 0.5mm tip, and that varies. All the shapes and sizes vary, all the way up to really heavy and thick tip like here, that I will use for instance for an XT90 connector. And now for the main important part, or the most important part, is actual soldering iron. As you can see, it's the first time I'm opening the package, so sorry for taking a bit of time opening the plastic, and I am really reviewing as I'm opening it. So, cable. This was my issue with my previous irons. This one here is a silicone cable, and as you can see, it is really soft. Look at that, I can just roll it up in the bowl. So this is giving me all the freedom of movement when I'm soldering. It's very small, which is nice, compact, which is good for control. Does it have any tips installed? Yeah, it does have a tip installed already from the manufacturer. Alright, fine. Let's take a look if I will figure out how do you replace the tips. Very simple. Take a look, guys. So the cover comes off on the thread. You take the tip off, which sits right on the heating element. You put another tip on it. I'm going to put this heavy tip on it straight away, because this is the one I'm going to use to put the XT90s on a new board. You tighten up, and that's it. Your tip is replaced. So what you do is you plug this into the connection here. It does have a slot, so you can only plug it in the right way. So let's plug it in. Okay, and what we have is we have a reading on the screen. I'm not very happy with the color of it. It's blue, so with a really strong light you can't really see it. I'm going to try to show it to you guys. That's a bit of a stupid choice of the color. Can you see it now? Yeah, that's it. That is showing you that it's heating up, because it's blinking the light here, and also it's showing you the temperature of the soldering iron at the moment. So it is at 300, and you can choose between Celsius and Fahrenheit. So it's 300 degrees, and by turning this knob here, you are regulating what temperature you want the soldering iron to reach when it's fully hot. So let's check the maximum. So the maximum temperature you can get up to is 480 degrees Celsius, and the lowest setting is 200 degrees Celsius. So you can regulate the power of the soldering iron to the need that you require. That's already heated up. Yeah, it's nice and hot. And that's it. You are ready to solder. And it's quite nice actually. Very, very soft cable. So a lot of control. So you can have this unit sitting somewhere away from your area of soldering with the holder either separate or tie it back to the unit, whatever way you want it. But to be fair, it's really light, this soldering iron. And when you're done, or you need to rest it, just put it away. Nice. Very good. Light, rubberized, like a pen. Okay, so to be honest with you, I am really happy with what I see so far. That this unit, or the soldering station, is 75 watt. So maximum power is 75 watt. And it's time to test it out. Power on. We're going to solder on an XT90 onto 10 gauge cables. So if this little tool can do it with this large tip, I will be really happy. I know then I can do whatever I want and need with this soldering station. So temperature right up, 480. It is heating up, that's why the light is on. I'd always use the male part on an item that does not have power. So the female part is actually installed in the battery. This way it's a bit harder to actually short them out, because on this one here it's really easy. Don't forget the clip, and this is the tool I was mentioning before, guys. Very handy. Takes the heat away from XT90 and also keeps it nice and steady on your bench. So it looks like the iron has warmed up. Very clean and impressive. Nice. Two beautiful and solid connections. I'm happy. Let's check it with the female part of it. Fits like a glove. So what's the verdict, guys? Well, this soldering station definitely gets PAV's stamp of approval. It's good. Heating up time is almost to nothing. The comfort of the pen is really good. The cable on it is very flexible, so it doesn't give you any hassle at all. Yeah, and 10 gauge cable and XT90s, easy peasy. Hope you like the review, guys, and hopefully that will help you to make a good decision. I will do more of this type of videos, but if you guys are interested in something particular, like some sort of tool that I'm using every day and I don't even think about reviewing, let me know in the comments, and yeah, I'll show you what I'm using for certain tasks, and yeah, it might be useful. So ride safely, solder safely, don't get burned, and see you very soon. Bye.